My sister forced me to be her children's learning example of a failed life, making me tell them why not to be like me every Sunday. When she lost custody, I adopted her kids and made her watch through the window as they called me Mom. Every Sunday, without fail, my sister summoned me to her house. She never said it directly, but I knew why. I wasn't invited as family. I wasn't invited as a guest. I was invited as a warning. She'd line her children up at the dinner table like little soldiers, fold her arms, and with a smug smile say, "Kids, take a good look at your aunt. This is what failure looks like." And then she'd turn to me. "Go on. Tell them why they should never end up like you." At first, I refused. I told her I wouldn't humiliate myself, but then she threatened to cut me off from the kids completely. So I gave in. I sat there every Sunday, reciting my mistakes like bedtime stories in reverse. How I dropped out of college, how I went from one dead-end job to another, how I trusted the wrong people, loved the wrong men, wasted my time and my money. The children listened with wide, serious eyes, as though I were some kind of monster under the bed they needed to avoid becoming. And every time my sister would beam with satisfaction, as if she'd just fed her children a healthy dose of motivation. It was cruel, it was humiliating, but I endured it, because somewhere deep inside, I believed she was right. I had failed. Then came the custody battle. She thought she was untouchable, but her temper, her neglect, her reckless choices, they all caught up to her. When the gavel came down, she lost. The children weren't going to stay with her. The court asked me if I would take them. I almost laughed. Me, the failure. But when I looked into those kids' eyes, I knew the answer. Yes, I said, they're mine. At first, it was awkward. They didn't know what to call me. Aunt felt too small, Mom felt too big. But little by little, the walls crumbled. I packed lunches, braided hair, stayed up late helping with homework, patched scraped knees, and held them when nightmares came. And then one morning it happened. "Mom, can you help me tie my shoes?" one of them asked so casually, not even realizing what they'd just said. I froze. Tears burned in my eyes. I nodded, tied the shoelaces, and whispered, "Of course, sweetheart." Later that night, when no one could see, I cried harder than I ever had before. It became natural after that. They called me Mom without hesitation. And every time they did, a piece of the failure inside me died, replaced by something stronger. Then one Sunday, poetic really, my sister came back. She wasn't allowed inside, but that didn't stop her from lurking outside the window. The children were playing in the living room, building a fort out of blankets, laughing as they pulled me inside. "Mom, you have to come in, you're the queen of the castle." I laughed, playing along. But then I saw her, my sister, standing in the corridor.